I'm Frost from I Thought I Knew How. And this is our third Woolly Winter Countdown. Third!
That's a long time, Jana, for people who have never been in the same room together.
That's true. But I mean, I feel
I'm
like
just saying.
we talk about a lot of things. So, I mean,
No.
I mean, you are a real human being with like a body and legs and stuff. I know that. But we have never actually physically, you're like, maybe. Welcome. I'm Jana with Pearl Together. This is my good friend, virtual friend, but she's still my friend. Anne Frost from the I Thought I Knew How podcast. Links are down below. All the links will always be down below. We'll just say that from the get-go.
Just blanket statement. They'll always be down there.
Yes, this is our third year of daily vlogging in December.
Through December. Yeah.
You're so festive.
So hard.
You're so festive.
Yeah, well, so my Advent box that I put together is Hogamany themed again, or New Year's themed. And so we're going all out to celebrate New Year the whole month.
Are you gonna have a ball for us, like a disco ball on the 31st? Could you make one? Could you paper mache a disco ball between now and then?
You know, I have researched this for other reasons, the whole disco ball thing, and you can get them on Amazon for like $16. So now that you've said that, I might need to get a disco ball.
I sent my kid an Instagram reel of somebody that made a cardboard, like a large, well, a couple feet, cardboard gingerbread house for their cat. And so they took 2 Amazon, like shipping boxes and leftover boxes from whatever parcels they received in the mail. And they cut a hole at the top and they taped or glued the second one on there. And then they made, the peaked roof and the snow, and they painted the whole thing and did little windows and lights. And I sent that to my daughter and she's like, we're doing that. I'm like, okay. As soon as she's home from winter break, we're doing it. Like, all right, then.
That's exciting.
It would be.
That's awesome.
This is the first year where we're vlogging at 9:00 my time in the morning, and I don't have to tell anybody. Shh! I'm going to a Zoom meeting. You have to be quiet. Don't be in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Nobody's home. Just me.
Yeah.
I did tell my mother.
I'm not.
Go ahead.
I'm not there yet. I have one kid off at university. My husband's actually gone for the next 2 weeks, so we're good on that regard. But I do have one more kid at home. Mm-hmm. But I don't think it's going to be a problem.
Cool.
That's allowed.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, it's nice to have the quiet, but it's also strange, and it's been an adjustment for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, we sent Abby off to university as I was leaving for Shetland the last time.
Right.
And so then I had, was it 2 months I was in Shetland, something like that.
Yeah.
Came home, and then it was just sort of like, that was kind of how it was, because it wasn't, I was somewhere else.
Right.
But then she came home for Thanksgiving, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I love having you here so much, and it was,
I know,
like, it got to the point where I was starting to feel badly for her. Like, this child probably needs a lot more sleep than we're allowing her to have, but we were just so happy to have her home. We were like, okay, we're going to watch Elf tonight. Okay, we're going to go shopping for clothes. Okay. It was just like boom, 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 boom.
And for us, crazy. It was just one more game of Scrabble. Just one more game of
Right.
Just one more.
Yeah, we had a Uno night that we had to end because, family harmony became an issue.
I know. My kids, I did let them sleep. One day, they both slept until noon.
And wow, yeah.
They came downstairs. I'm like, good morning, good afternoon. Do you want pancakes? And they're like, yes. So they had pancakes.
Don't you miss that? Don't you miss being able to sleep that hard? Oh, those were the days.
We can't do it anymore.
Teenagers, young adults, they have the best ability to sleep.
Yeah, we can't do that anymore. Hot flashes.
No.
And it's that dumb time of year where one day it's 50 degrees, the next day it's the high is 25. And you can't decide.
Yeah, I don't get it.
I mean, I don't know. Do I need covers? Do I not need covers?
So last time Adam had to go away. So we're getting all of our medical stuff out in the first episode this week. So
you never know. I mean, viewer warning, you just don't know what we're going to talk about. We don't know what we're going to talk about. We'll explain that.
I have hypothyroidism. I have my thyroid's enlarged. I'm just going to put that out there because I feel like anytime I do something, at some point someone comments, and you need to have your thyroid checked. I know it's under doctor supervision. I'm okay. But I do have hypothyroidism, and so I run cold. So when I go to bed at night, the first thing I do is just like pancake up to Adam, to get warm.
If he's home.
And then I can roll over and go back to sleep. It's, go to sleep and it's fine. But when he's not here, I don't generate enough body heat to warm up the bed. So I just lay in bed and stay cold. Because it's not the blankets that keep us warm. It's we warm the blankets and
we warm the space.
Right.
But they have things like hot water bottles.
Right. So I can't do that. And I've been doing a hot water bottle, and so that's like I put it in where my feet are going to go, and then I go get ready for bed, and then I pull it up a little higher and then pull it up a little higher, and it's like this whole big process.
Need more than
I was like, why don't I get a mattress pad that has a built-in heater? Those things exist. So I totally did. It's my new favorite thing in the world. You can set it to have like timing. You can set the heat level. You can set how long. I absolutely love it.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
That?
I didn't know they made that. I mean, I've never had that issue, so I didn't even know. Huh.
Yeah. So the reason I know about it is because my flat in Shetland was furnished.
Oh.
And they provided that with the bed.
Wow.
And I was like, you got to be kidding me. This is the thing. This is amazing. And so that's how but then when I came home, I didn't think about it anymore. It was like a Shetland amenity.
Right.
I just didn't.
You didn't.
And I was like, wait a minute. What am I doing?
You could have this in Connecticut.
I could have this anywhere I live. I live in the modern world. And so.
Oh, I have to tell you.
I absolutely.
I went with my mom to a doctor's appointment, and because of a couple of things, we took my big truck. Like my small car, my children took to college, so I don't have that anymore, which is fine.
Okay.
I don't go to town that often. So the big truck, I don't go to town that often, so don't burn that much fuel because, I mean, literally it can be 10 days and I don't leave the property. Anyway, so we took the big truck because I'm purging. I had a whole bunch of stuff to go to Goodwill and recycling, and so the whole back of the truck was full of stuff. So my mom, though, I have a little stool, I need to help her in and out because it's a Ford F-250 four-wheel drive. I mean, it's high.
It's a big truck. Yeah.
But it's a 2008. It's by no means new, but it's in really good shape. And at the time, it was like the upper level trim package. You know what I mean? So she gets in and I help her in and she's like, oh. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I turned on the butt warmer for you. And she's like, oh, because her car doesn't have a seat warmer, so she didn't really realize how nice that would be.
Yeah,
it's not only the bum, but it's the small of your back also.
Yeah,
I don't use it, but she loves it.
When we moved back from the Philippines, the whole car thing was a whole big thing because you want different amenities in New England compared to the Philippines.
Tropics.
First of all, we wanted a garage in whatever house we ended up in because I grew up with a garage. Our house had a garage, but it was storage. And so when a winter storm came, you had to clean off the car, shovel around it. Like it was just a pain in the butt. So it's like, wherever we end up, I want a garage. I don't want to have to deal with that. I'll shovel the driveway angrily, but I don't want to have to clean off a car. So we found a house with a garage. And the other thing was as Adam was researching cars, I was like, I want a butt warmer in the car because I have all these memories of going to school first thing in the morning and going out and just freezing my tush the whole way.
Because back then it was probably a vinyl seat too.
Yeah, crunchy. Absolutely. Yeah. Ugh. How did we survive back then?
I don't know.
Jana?
First world problems, right? Anyway, good start. Let's talk about this real quick. If you, your box looks new.
It is new.
Mine is not.
This is the third box that we've bought since I saw your box as we were planning, and I was like, oh, I better go get one so they don't sell out. And then, so background for those of you who are new here.
Backstory for the Cracklin Oat Bran.
Backstory. So I am on a low carbohydrate diet. So I don't eat cereal. I don't eat bread.
Usually.
I don't have joy in my life. Usually. But family birthdays and major holidays, and when we travel sometimes, gotta try the local food. Then I'll do it.
Right.
So this is the greatest cereal
of all
known
time.
to man.
Agreed.
Of all time.
Agreed.
And so Christmas means I eat Cracklin Oat Bran.
Right.
And
the first
I shared
time
this.
Talked about this. I'd never heard of it.
Yeah, Janet never heard of it.
The first year we talked about this, I didn't know what it was.
Yeah, and so I had to explain it. And then the cat wants it too. And Jana, I can't tell you how many people I have had tell me.
Oh, she's gonna knock it down.
That they learned about Cracklin Oat Bran because of our vlog, and that they join us on Christmas when they watch the Christmas one. Yes. I love that so much. I hope Kellogg starts sending me free cereal.
So just saying, if you're watching us in the morning, get your beverage of choice and your Cracklin Oat Bran and join us every day from now until January 1st.
Yeah.
Okay. So
we will be.
There's only a couple of tidbits left because I will tell you, this stuff's great. I just eat it dry. And on the back, even there's a little like trail mix thing.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
And they change that every now and then. They'll change the recipe. Like every quarter or so, there'll be a different recipe.
Yeah. So it's really good. And I also like it. I also like it warm.
Yes, I have done that in the past as well.
This is Audrey.
That is also very good.
Audrey. We call her the Goblin. She just randomly will run up me and go. That's usually her spot.
Her perch.
She's small and just does whatever she wants. Yes.
One more thing before we stop talking about this.
Get the Cracklin.
Is that you need way more milk than a normal cereal as you eat this.
It's true.
It absorbs a lot. So just if you're like, oh, I only have a little milk. No, just wait. Go get more milk.
Yeah, because you can't.
You need a lot.
Yeah. I don't do well with regular milk, so I have mine with vanilla soy milk.
I bet that's good. I bet that adds a lot.
It's really good.
Yeah.
I will say it's also really good.
Anyway.
It's very good mixed with frosted shredded mini wheats mixed together.
Ooh.
That's good too. And also peanut butter crunch. Just saying. Mix it.
Do you do like a cereal bar where people can mix and match?
I just grab whatever I want out of the cupboard, and usually no one's home, so I just do what I want.
Yeah.
I
will say I almost had a heart attack when I saw how much this was the other day.
I didn't look. Will bought it for me. He brought it home. I don't know.
Oh,
it's a lot.
Last time I bought a box, it was in the $6 range, which is obscene, I think, for cereal.
Yes.
And as I said, we ate our way through a few boxes over Thanksgiving, and so I had to go get a new box, and it was almost $9.
On the other hand, we don't think anything about paying $9 for a meal at Drive Up.
That's true.
So,
but man,
I know.
But it is good. We used to call it Crack and Oat Bran. We were so hooked on it for a while.
It's pretty fantastic, I will say. So, get your Cracklin Oat Bran. Watch with us every morning. I will try to have these podcasts. We record these the day before so they can be live for you on the day of. And so I will try to have these uploaded by, before I go to bed, so that whatever time zone you're in, you can watch it with your coffee in the morning. So I figure if it's live at 1 a.m. Mountain Time, all those European people can watch it first thing in the morning.
Yeah, they'll put about 8 AM for England, for the
Yeah,
UK.
yeah.
So, yeah,
Or I could do it at
yeah,
12:01 because I'll be in bed by then, so I can set it to be whatever.
yeah, that works.
Yay.
I
So
know we have people watching, like, in Germany and Sweden,
yeah, it's
and,
fun.
like, I've had viewers reach out and be like, "I love it, are you doing again?" I'm like, "Yeah, heck yeah,
We
we are."
are. Yes, we are. So
We are.
you are gonna be showing things from your Hogmanay, correct me. What is correct?
Hogmanay.
Hogmanay box, which is your countdown to the new year.
Yep,
You'll be showing
yep,
us that each day. And this is a box that people pre-ordered from you back in
right.
whenever, earlier in the
I
year. A
think,
lot.
like, May or
Yeah, it was
April,
like
I put
May.
it up. It
Yeah,
was crazy early.
that's awesome
Um,
because then you
we
shipped
did
it
it a
out
little
in
different this
October.
time.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I was there last year's box, I brought all the yarn back
and then
and then
assembled.
shipped it from here,
Yeah,
except for the stuff that was overseas. I did that from the UK, but I did all the rest of it from here, which
right.
was its own pain in the butt to deal with. And so this year I decided to just do it from there. So that's why I was in Shetland for so long,
Right.
was because I was dealing with that. And then I am so glad I did, because it was literally one thing after another getting these
Yeah.
boxes out.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
And
People don't realize.
I
Yeah.
will say it does not, inside it does not look the way I wanted it to, because small island, lost deliveries, it was it's a little crazy,
Yeah.
but it's all there. It's all anonymously wrapped or secretly wrapped. It has stickers that my oldest designed for it that I think are so adorable.
I
Um,
cool.
I will say, I've just, don't call attention to the faults. The only thing that I wanted to be different was I wanted every day's packaging to be the same.
Oh, okay.
And that didn't work out because of a
All
lost
right.
shipment, and then I had to go find an alternative and anything. So the wrapping's a little, it's all brown paper, but it's all different size bags and stuff, and anyway.
It's okay. So then I'm doing something a little different. In the past, I've opened, each day I've done a little mini skein or something from an advent box that I've ordered from other people. I'm not doing that this year because I have lots of mini
Oh, I
skeins. I have
love
enough of that type of stuff personally. However, Michelle from Woolens and Nosh is brilliant. She is one of my favorite stripy yarn dyers. So she does she does fingering and DK weight, and all of it is self-striping sock yarn. So she's brilliant. So I'll show you what she's done is you get this you order her mini advent. Well, it's not a mini. You order her advent kit, and I'm adjusting this so I don't spoil anything. And what you get is this nifty little canvas bag, and it snaps right here. And there's yarn coming out of both sides. So there's two 50-gram cakes, one on each side in the bottom of this bag. So what you do, and then
I
you have
love this concept.
a mini skein that came with it, and that's the mini skein is this color. So this is what we will call the neutral color going forward. So you have your mini skein, and you can knit, cuff down or toe up either way. So you knit your toe to start with. So this part's not a secret because you know what your neutral is. Then as you knit from both sides, like you don't know what's in here. I haven't looked. I have no idea. But as you pull this out and knit, the neutral skein will give way to different colored stripes. So day one is whatever color stripe it is. And then you knit until you get back to your neutral color because you'll have this neutral stripe in between each daily stripe.
Right.
Makes sense?
Yes.
So there will be 24 colors. So if I was going to knit a stripe a day, that's not going to be enough for my feet. I'm just saying. That will get me through New Year's Eve, but then I'm going to have to finish my sock the last week of the year. And
Okay.
that's how I'm going to do it because I don't want to spoil it for people. I don't want to knit more than one stripe a day as we go along because I don't want to spoil for anyone.
Right.
But there are 24 colors. So I will have I'll have a repeat, right? Because my feet are bigger.
Uh-huh.
So if you're starting with us, knit your cuff or your toe.
I have a question.
Yes.
So did she give you a sense of how long the overall sock will be, so that no, so you'll just do it the fit and then put the heel in where the heel needs to be for your foot?
No, I'm not doing an afterthought heel.
Okay, you're just doing...
Okay. I am doing my customizable toe up sock, which I'll put the link to the
Okay.
playlist down below. So I'm going to knit however many stripes I need to until I get to the point where I'm going to start my heel. Then I will switch to my neutral color for my heel, whether that's my customizable toe up heel or whether you're going to do the fish lips kiss or whatever short row heel that you prefer. You could certainly do an afterthought heel. You could just keep knitting your cylinder and then cut, your tube, however long, and then cut in your afterthought heel. I have a video for that too.
Okay. So my question is if she told you like, this will create a sock that's 12 inches long eventually, so you have no idea. So you might have plenty to do a full length sock.
You don't know that because it depends on your gauge. It depends on how many you cast on.
Right.
There's no way to determine that. I know because we will have an idea shortly because after you knit your day one stripe, you will know how many rows that stripe will be depending on your cast on number and your gauge.
Okay.
So we'll have an idea here in a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stay tuned to see how that's going to work out. So what I'm going to do so that we don't spoil things for anybody, I will show you the previous day. So let's call this day 0. Then I will show you day 1's color that I've already knitted on the other sock. So I'm not knitting 2 at a time on the same needle. I'm knitting one and then the other. Okay.
Right.
So do you want to see day 1 stripe since we're in the middle of talking about this?
Well, you got to show us the color. We have to do our reveal first.
Okay. So here's the reveal. Here's the neutral. And then as I pull this out, see?
Ooh.
So it's a dark color to start. It's
navy?
dark.
Is it purple?
No, it's kind of a navy. See, that's why it's going to be really hard to do it this way. It's kind of navy.
Yeah.
So now, spoiler alert, if you don't want to see this, look away. I have knitted the first stripe so that I could show you. It is a navy. It is kind of a tonal navy. And I don't think my camera is going to do it justice, but it is sort of a tonal navy. And I'll take better photos for my...
Yeah. Okay.
Better photos for my Instagram. So I have gotten back to the neutral. So this has been 4 rows, 4 rounds for me. This is fingering weight. I'm using size 1, 2.25 millimeter. And I have increased up to 72 because I have a tight gauge. I like a dense fabric for my socks. And this is roughly 9 stitches per inch.
Okay.
So that's what I like for me. Your mileage may vary. Everybody's different. So when people say what needles,
everybody's different.
People say, what needles did you use? I'm like, well, it's kind of irrelevant because you don't knit like me. But the advantage of knitting toe up is you can use this for your swatch and then you can increase more or less as you need to.
Right.
Right. Okay.
Nice.
So Michelle is brilliant.
I so love that
Sorry
concept.
about the cat hair. There you go. Brilliant. So yeah, write down, set your alarm, something. Watch Michelle's social media on Instagram. She did pre-orders in April. I ordered one for me. I ordered one for my friend, and I ordered one for my mother.
That's nice.
So we're knitting stripes together.
That's so nice.
Hey, and there's your Hogamany box.
Yep.
Cool.
So, let me see. So this is opened. Okay. Now, there's a little envelope here at the start because I had so many people last year who hadn't done an Advent style box before, so they didn't know what to do.
Okay.
And then I had people this year who said, I'm just going to open it when it gets here. And so this is just a little
like the whole thing. Okay, so you have instructions.
So I have instructions saying, if set it aside on December 1st, find number 1, do number 1, etc. And then it has a hashtag SHB 2023. So if you post to social media, SHB 2023. And then also, I'm just suggesting that you wait until the next day to post a picture of what was in your box, just to not spoil someone. So if you're opening day 1, wait until day 2 to post a picture.
And I'm going to do that too. I'm going to wait to post my stripes until day 2. I'll post my day 1 stripe. I'll be a day offset as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Tissue paper noises.
Oh, that's okay. So hashtag SHB, which I'm assuming is Shetland Hogamany Box.
Right. 2023.
Right.
So there's our wrapped things. And so top left corner should be number 1,
okay,
which is
that
a ball of yarn with the number 1. Okay. I got it. I don't have enough room around me right now. Hold on a second. Okay.
It's okay. And by the way, speaking of hashtags, while you're doing that, I will ask Michelle from Woolens and Nosh what she would like us to use.
That's smart.
Yeah.
I'm making a lot of paper noises.
It's okay.
Okay. So our first yarn is from Uradale Yarns.
Ooh.
All of it. So I will say, okay, I have to back up a little bit.
Okay. That's fine.
So there were 80 boxes total.
Wow.
40 in a wintry colorway and 40 in a springy colorway.
Okay.
I was going to have both, so I could show both.
Okay.
But I had someone come along and absolutely beg for one of them, and so I sold it on. So I do not have the spring colorway for people to see. I only have
someone else gets to have it.
I know.
That's nice.
I know. I was, I was like, what am I going to do with all this yarn?
It's okay.
So I let it go. I let it go.
Well, so you don't have it to show us, but we'll watch the hashtag and maybe someone will
watch
post
the
it.
hashtag.
Yeah.
So if you're a spring box person, please post. So the winter color is, so I'll say they're all, it's all the yarn is from Shetland Yarn Producers. There's 5 different yarn producers represented, 6 days each. And Terri Laura, who is a designer, a Fair Isle designer there in Shetland, she designed a piece for us to knit all of this yarn into for our home, that will be revealed on the last day what it is. I'm really excited for people to see it. There's actually 2 different things you can do with it. Okay. And you should have enough yarn to do both.
Oh, that's cool.
She created the pattern as an experience for you to really think about the different makers in the box and what their yarns are like and which you prefer and what characteristics they have. It's really great. I can't wait for you guys to see it on the last day. So, okay, back to this.
But
so this is Uradale Yarns. They have 100% Shetland breed yarn, organically raised, organically, naturally processed. They are fantastic. And this is a purpley colored called Bilberry Heath.
Okay.
So if you can see that,
I remember
you
had some of that last year. Yeah.
Yeah. So they name the colors Shetland botanical names or Shetland dialect names. And then you'll hear it's either the name or it's like the name and Heath, the name and meal. And what that means is if it has that second word, it's been dyed over one of their natural shades. Oh. So this one has been dyed over the shade Heath. And so it gives like a tonal quality to the yarn. Instead of being like a true purple, it's like it has light and dark areas to it. I'm trying to see if I can.
Yeah, no, it looks, I get it. Yeah, it looks all kind of purplish. Right.
So that is our first color.
And I will note that we did an interview last year with Ronnie from Uradale, and I will put a link to that podcast interview in the description below. So if people want to go back and look at that interview from last year with Ronnie, that'd be cool, where he talks about the sheep and he talks about their process. So we did do a podcast interview with him last year. I'll link that. So fun. There's a lot of whips. There's a lot of things we'll talk about. Not all today, because this would be a 2-hour recording if I did that all today, but there's a lot going on here. I'm knitting more things than just 4 rows of stripe each day. So we'll talk about some of those other things and we'll talk about your whips and we'll save some stuff to talk about tomorrow and the next day, and the next
Yeah.
day.
Okay. That sounds good. Do we want to show whips today or did we want to? Because I don't know if I'll have this one by the next time we record.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, let's go
Okay.
ahead then.
Okay.
I'll show one of mine.
Just really
You show
quick.
yours. Yeah. Okay. So you do
Okay.
have one whip that we're going to share today, though.
Yeah, just one that I'm going to share.
Yeah.
It's called the Slouchy Pullover by Churchmouse,
Oh, yeah.
and I'll show on here. So you can either do it with 4 strands of Rowan Kid Silk Haze held together and get like ethereal kind of drifty
Oh,
one, or
foofy.
you can do
Yeah.
it with a strand of a Rowan bulky yarn. And I did not have either, but I did have a whole lot of black Shetland Aran weight,
Oh,
which sorry, I had it turned inside out. So basically I wanted a big, oversized, ridiculously big sweater that I can just like throw on and who cares, you know?
right.
So I joined one shoulder last night. I have to join the other shoulder and then I
Wow.
have to do the sleeves. So it's it's just this big black behemoth. And the bottom, they have you just cast on and start knitting stockinette. And I was like, not doing that. That's going to curl. I've been bit by that before. And so I just did 2 rows, just 2 rows. You can't even tell because it's
Okay.
black
Yeah.
of
Rib.
moss stitch.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Not even rib, like a moss stitch. So once that's blocked, that should not curl. But yeah, it's just a super bulky.
Well, look at
Like
those.
I gotta go to the
Giant,
mailbox.
yeah, giant
Or
needles. Look at those
I'm
giant needles.
sitting
Wow.
on the couch.
Yeah. What size?
Yeah,
needle?
they're really big.
What are they, like 11s?
I don't even know. I think I want to say it's a 17. I'm looking at my organizer over there. It's bigger
Wait.
than a 15. Yeah, I didn't have a space in my needle gauge for them.
Wow.
So a 15 is what, 10 millimeters?
That's
I want to,
crazy.
that's what the pattern called for, was a size 15. And I just started, I just jumped in and I was knitting it too tight. So I had to go up. And these needles, I don't have a size,
Yeah.
whole size.
Oh my
in
gosh.
thing.
Those are like tulle. I mean, they're like something you'd find in my shop. That's massive.
It's basically 2 stitches to an inch.
Oh my goodness.
It's
Does that just
so
kill your
fast.
hands? You're like,
No, it does slow you down. It does slow you down to knit with such big things,
massive.
but this sweater so far, like just the body, right, has taken me about 8 hours. Like it's just super fast because it's this huge,
Massive. Yeah,
massive. Like this is just the body.
and I will say, let's make a note for viewers. You are able to knit something black like that because you do not own cats. Just saying.
I do have a dog, but he doesn't shed, so it's okay. He's a Maltese, so I'm safe. So, and because it's so big, it's easy. This is an easy. I know a lot of people are like, I can't knit with black yarn, but because it's so big, and also I have good contrast between the black
Your
and the
needles are
needles.
like a metallic limey green.
Yeah, yeah. So it's fine. I haven't had an issue with that at all.
Yeah, the one thing I'm working on, you'll notice these minis over here.
Oh yes.
I have, before a girl in her roll closed up shop, well, several years before, actually, she had a set that was called the Fairy Garden set. It was a set of 12 minis that was a gradient. And it didn't come like this. I've rearranged this. And there's more than 12 on here, but you can see the gradient. I bought 2 of the sets, so I have 2 of each one. So I have 24. And you can see the gradient. So there's a pattern called the Solstice Engrain. And it's basically a big oval thing that goes from point, widens out, and goes back like this. It's just this massive wrap. It's a schlanket.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's just a big schlanket. That's all. So I've just started.
Oh, nice.
And it has a really nice I-cord edge because, you know, I love a good I-cord. And it's easy. So this is what I'll be working on while we're chatting because it's just back and forth. and I
Nice.
finished one of the minis. So what I've done is I went mini number 1, 1, 2, 2, from the set. So I have everything. So
Right.
it's just going to be a lovely gradient. I'm knitting it on size 4s. It's just back and forth garter stitch with an I-cord edge. But let's talk about needles for a second. Mine are green too. The reason I'm drawing attention to these is I bought these. Do you see how they're like flat on one side? It's like
No.
it's a hexagon. It's
Oh,
a
okay. I
hexagon
can kind of
needle
see
with a
that.
very sharp lace point. And here's what's cool. It's a steel cable like a Chalgu. See that? There's a little give. It like moves in and out. See that?
Oh, cool.
And it's a perfect smooth thing. These are made independently by a woman. I forget what state she's in. Brick House Fiber Arts. Bought these from her when I went to the Dallas Fort Worth Yarn Fest. She's somewhere in the South. And she makes these independently. These are fantastic.
I am so glad to hear about that because I inherited some in that style with like the cable cord,
Yeah.
smooth join and everything from
Yeah.
my mom.
It's amazing.
And I was told like the company that made them doesn't exist anymore, and so you couldn't get them. So the fact that someone else is making them now makes me very happy because those are the best. They are the best to work with.
Yeah, they're ergonomic. So one of the classes I took at the Dallas Fort Worth Yarn Fest was a class with Carson Demers, the ergonomic knitter. And he was saying, if you can find something like this, they're fantastic. And sure enough, there she was. I bought a size. She has them currently from a size 2 on.
Okay.
Because for smaller diameter for sock needles, there was an issue with the way that the points attached to the barrel of the needle. And so they're doing something different with those teenier sizes. So I gave her my information and I said, I knit a lot of socks. So when you get this, let me know because I will buy a prototype from you. Let me know.
Right.
So hopefully I will hear from you. This is a size 4 or a 3.5 millimeter. And they're fantastic and fast. I'm doing it.
Yeah.
It's great.
No, I can't tell you how much I love that braided cable wire.
It's like the Chalgu.
For that. You wouldn't think it makes that much of a difference, but it really does. And it's fantastic.
All my Chalgus are like that, with the red, with the stainless. Yeah, it's great. Anyway, so support your local independent. She actually manufactures these and has these made herself, and they're hexagonal shaped and they're brilliant. No snagging. They're amazing.
Yeah.
And we like some pointiness. I like some pointy here. I have calluses from stabbing myself. Just saying. I can't think of her first name offhand, but she was just this delightful woman with her daughter, and they had a booth set up at the Fiber Fest, and it was fantastic. So support the local small people. And these are not made overseas. They're made in the United States, which I love that too. So if you know anybody that, needs something cool and unique for Christmas, her needles would be it. Yeah. They're worth every penny. I'm just saying. Yeah.
Excellent.
I mean, if she doesn't pay me to say
now we can.
I only have one of them, but I want one. So yay.
Want all of them.
Fun.
So now we can say goodbye.
Okay. I'll see you for tomorrow.
Okay. Sounds good.
Bye. Tune in, everyone. See you tomorrow.